Hi, it's Alexis. In this video, I'm going to explain you how you can get back with your ex if you've been apart for months and years. You'll see, I'll answer the question, how long is it too long? How many years, how many months do you think you have to give up in the relationship? What you should be doing when you've been separated for quite a long time, how you can reconnect with your ex, how you can recreate that bond. If they have a reborn relationship, what you have to do. All those questions will be answered in this video after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So the first thing you have to know is that time helps. I often mention that in my videos. Time helps because if you had a fight at the breakup, maybe you couldn't stand each other anymore. Time does that effect on the brain is that you always remember things, but they lose in intensity. So in some way, it will somehow erase the negative aspect. Always remember the positive aspect. I always take as an example, when you have kids, when they're babies, well, the nights that you spent without sleeping, sleep deprivation and stuff like that, when I look at those times, I look at them not being tired. The emotions are different. I look at them as like, yeah, that was tough, but I mostly remember the happy times, the first steps, the smile and stuff like that. And when I look back at those sleepless nights, it's way, way different than when I was in the middle of those years where you have 3-4 hours of sleep per evening. And it's the same in relationship. Your ex would not forget about the fights, but they would be very different when they look back at them. And it also is very important, if they get back with someone, or if they start to date someone, or have meet other people from the same sex as yours, and they might realize that actually what you had and what you had in the relationship, which were normal for them, becomes exceptional. For example, maybe you were very hands-on and helping in the house. I don't know, you were cooking or whatever. And now they are dating someone who's actually helpless in cooking, and they realize that actually, well, that was sort of exceptional what you showed, what you demonstrated in that relationship. So also time will reset the standard in a way. And there are ways for you to reset that standard when you're in no contact after a breakup. But these two things you have to remember, that time allows your ex and allows a relationship to heal from its wounds, because all those strong emotions will be less intense. And also they will realize that the grass is not greener elsewhere. I always cite this example, but as human beings, we always think that novelty and things that we don't have will make us more happy. And then therefore when we get there, well, we feel that it's another reality. And very often we're disappointed because we made assumptions about that reality. We made assumptions about that reality of being alone without the other, maybe because we thought he was bothering us. But at the end of the day, then we're in another relationship and we feel like, okay, these negative things that I saw in my ex were not that big, and I actually never realized all the positive things that I got from that relationship, that I got from that person. So be strong with that. Of course, your ex can go elsewhere. If you do a no contact for 20 years, well, there's a likelihood that your ex will find someone. And that's really the balance here between finding a couple of days where no contact is not enough, and I'll explain what you have to do, and years where it's basically really hard, if not impossible, to get back with the ex because it doesn't make sense, right? So be ready for the possibility that it fails. And I would be lying if I told you I have the magic solution to get everybody to get back together. If I had, I would be a billionaire, but that's not the case. And what I would like to invite you to do is to take the quiz if you're not sure if you have any chance to get back with your ex. It takes into account the length of the relationship, how long you were you broke up, and other criteria. It takes literally 2 minutes to complete. The answer you receive the answer in your mailbox. It's totally free. It takes 2 minutes, and the link is in the first comment of the video and also in the description. But at least you have clarity, and you know whether it's worth fighting for your relationship or whether it's a dead deal already. So how to contact your ex? And I think that's the most pressing question you have right now. Okay, we broke up 6 months, a year ago. We've been on and off. Maybe we have kids together. And so we're in constant communication because of that. It's more about logistics. How do I contact my ex? The thing is, you have to be sure that you have done a proper no contact at some point. If you have questions about, or if you think that you need specific content about how to do when you are co-parenting, please let me know, because I think maybe this video won't suit you, and I want to know if that would help people, if I do content really based on people who have kids. You may have exchange messages, but nothing really conclusive, just chit chat, but nothing really meaningful. It didn't really raise in terms of intensity. It was just like, how is it doing? Whether it's raining, it's sunny, stuff like that. But it doesn't lead anywhere. And that's why no contact is very important, to really reset the relationship. I often say that the idea of getting back with an ex is not to start from where you left, but it's to recreate something new from scratch. And of course, you'll have that past and those memories. You'll bring them back to you, but it's not. Yeah, the objective is not to get back to where you left, but it's to create something new. So you can make a phone call or an SMS. And I think a lot of people, and maybe some other coaches, they're really into, no contact. You don't no contact, and if they don't contact you, then you're gone forever. No contact works so much. It's such an amazing technique that you don't have to do anything. There are many cases, dating avoidant people, other life elements, the family, the friends, that make someone not ready to contact an ex, even if you went through no contact, and the dumper really wants to get back with you, or at least connect with you. There are so many forces sometimes that prevent them from doing so. They have this willingness, and what they just need is just a little nudge to go ahead. So an SMS, I think it's a good technique. The thing is, you have to remember that it has to ask a question, and try to be specific. Try to tap into those memories, those happy memories that you had together. I've been to this restaurant. I'm looking for a restaurant. What's the name of it? Or do you remember when we were there? All these kind of things. And again, I'd be more than happy if we can use that video for everyone to contribute and share some ideas and some tips. And I will probably share some examples in the comment section. So have a look, let's contribute, let's use this video to contribute, because we are a growing community, and I'd love to use that collective intelligence to help each other. And I think in that type of situation where it's about drafting messages, it'd be amazing if we could also share the best practice and use them with each other. So texting, the other thing that I recommend, and it depends on how you would communicate with your ex, but a phone call could be a good thing as well, because a text, it's very much could also put a lot of burden, because you're expecting an answer and then you wait for days for them to reply. A phone call, you take them by surprise. Don't have a conversation of 2 hours, just like chit chat, and you end after 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. Avoid showing up by mistake at their workplace. I've had case recently when a client showed up at a local coffee place. It was not a big drama, but I would highly encourage you not to do that. Use that space, that time. And the thing is, a message or a phone call, your ex can decide not to take it. If you show up and invited to a workplace, it feels that you are invading their space. Sometimes it could work. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's risky. So be really careful about how the ex will perceive that move. A text, a phone call is not invasive. They can decide not to reply. When you show up and invited to their workplace, it's almost like you're going on their territory, and it might not feel okay with that. Just be mindful of that. But the whole thing about texting should lead to a call. You know, texting is good, but at the end of the day, hearing their voice, you hearing them hearing your voice, all these kind of things really makes a difference. And then it's about the first date, the second date, and back together. That's the process. That's the strategy, the overall strategy. Now, of course, it's what's the game plan? What do you do? Don't be too nervous. And I know it's easier for me to say than for you to do. Don't be too emotional. You know, the idea is to really make things no drama. That breakup created a lot of pain for you, for your ex. So it's how you can show them that actually talking with you is simple, it's easy. They're gonna have a good time with you. There's no drama, no emotion. Everything is easy. Don't talk about the relationship, don't talk about the pain, don't talk about those emotions. Light and funny, it's very important. Think of it as it's your first date with that person. You know, when you have a first date with someone, you're not going to tell them like, you know, I've been through depression or things like that. You know, you want to be funny, you want to be light, you want to be really easygoing in that sense. Make them laugh. Try to make them laugh if you can. Find some jokes, I don't know. Pick some of mine, I don't know. Bring back good memories is also a very good technique. You were together. I'm shooting videos for people who were madly in love, who had something together, who had an history, who created amazing memories. And I'm pretty sure that those memories that you cherish, your ex cherish them as well, of course. So it's how you can untap to those memories and bring them back to the conversation with your ex. You can also, and it's tricky to do that, but make sure that you can talk about how when you were intimate, you know, I remember this weekend in Rome, without saying that you had sex the whole weekend, but things like that. You leave the past in the past, obviously. You don't think about, oh, what if I said that? What if I done that? Should I've done that? You know, past is in the past. I think you should use past to bring up nice memories, and that's it. Show that your life is great now, and show that actually you're able to live a life as fully as possible without them. The idea is to present an image of someone who's not needy, because as you know, needy is not sexy. I say that almost every video, but that's how it works. So show that you are more mature, show that actually you digested that breakup, show actually that you're forthcoming and you're welcoming another relationship, not necessarily a loving relationship. You don't want to show them that what you have in the back of your mind is to get back together at all costs and that you're desperate since you broke up. It's really about, you know, we're nice friends. Let's have a casual talk. Let's see how it goes. And this is where you start gradually to get more intimate, to get back to that connection that you had before, strong connection. Because again, when I do those videos, it's for people who had a strong connection because we can use that. Of course, this stuff is all about the details. It really depends on people. It really depends on the couple. It really depends on the situation. It depends on your age. It depends if you have kids or not. If you're not sure and feel like, oh, it's too vague, don't hesitate to give me a call. I have 15-minute discovery calls in my diary, and I'd love to have a chat with you and discuss your game plan in detail. The link is in the description, and don't hesitate. It's totally free. I have about 10, so you have to, you know, every week they start. I open the number, my calendar. So you have 10. They're booked up fairly quickly. So by Monday evening, they're all fully booked. So have a look, and I'd love to speak with you. And yeah, that's it. If you like the video, don't forget to like. It does help a lot, and you can also subscribe to the channel. We are a growing community, and I'd love to see you next time. Bye bye. Ciao.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.